We view our role as a real leader of change in the state, change in public policy, change in the way the issues are viewed, change in the way that we focus on helping girls and women in Colorado.
I dropped out of school when I was 17 because I was pregnant with Isaac, and right now it's hard for me to find a job just because I don't have no education behind me or any kind of job experience behind me.
I dropped out of South High when I was probably about 16 years old. I think I dropped out of high school because I came from a family that didn't have a lot of money. Education wasn't really pushed on us.
The number of girls dropping out of school, out of 7th through 12th grade, has more than doubled in the last 3 years. Currently, over 7,000 girls drop out of school every year in our state. The chances of these girls achieving economic self-sufficiency is slim to none.
I make $11 an hour and I support 3 people basically.
6 years ago, I came to Colorado to escape domestic violence, and we came with the clothes on our backs, and that was it.
There's about 270,000 girls and women in Colorado who live below poverty. There's approximately twice that many that live below the self-sufficiency standard, which is a measure of how much it takes to cover basic needs without public or private assistance.
I go to work every day and think it'd be easier to quit my job because I would get more assistance if I didn't have a job at all.
One great example of a systemic barrier to economic self-sufficiency is the cliff effect.
Sometimes when a woman moves towards self-sufficiency, she'll actually turn down a raise. And that's because the benefits that she'll lose will be worth more than the raise that she'll get. So if you graph a raise, it should look like a woman is moving forward and up. But if you graph a raise with the loss of benefits, it looks on a graph like she's moving forward but off a cliff. And that's how we get the name the cliff effect.
I took a job for $11 an hour so that I could keep my Section 8 as opposed to a job that I probably would have loved for 14 plus an hour. I have an education, I have an associate's degree, and I can't do anything with it because I'd make too much money.
We are working right now to develop the public policy solutions to mitigate the cliff effect and to actually reward women for moving up in the workforce and increasing their income.
There are certainly folks looking at self-sufficiency. I don't know that there's anybody other than the Women's Foundation who's done the same kind of job at looking at the cliff effect. It's just what it means to get to a point where you're earning a certain wage, and that if you try and take a higher paying job, you lose all these benefits, and it makes this dramatic difference in your inability to pay for those benefits or to have them for your kids.
I couldn't just sit at home and live off the state, basically. I want to be self-sufficient, but it's hard to get to that point. It's very frustrating because I know that I could be doing better if I could just get ahead for a minute.
Women and girls who are thinking that they feel isolated and alone and may not have a voice in this community should take heart that there are organizations like the Women's Foundation who are beginning to advocate powerfully for them. You know, as a pediatrician, it's pretty obvious that it aligns entirely with my own passion. And so when women are helped, clearly their children are as well.
Over its 20-year history, there is no organization that has done for women and for their children what the Women's Foundation has done in terms of policy, research, and providing services to organizations that particularly serve women.
I know that investing in women creates better community, and your donation to the Women's Foundation of Colorado will help us create unbelievable opportunity for these girls and women.
It's been 30-something years since I've dropped out of South High School, and for me to get my GED at age 50, I'm proud of myself. With the help of the Women's Foundation and other organizations, I would not have gotten to this point to get my GED. So someday I hope to be able to repay half of what I've received, and I want my son to be able to go to college and pay back too.
I was a victim of domestic abuse, but in 5 years I see myself as a practicing attorney who is doing pro bono work for the agencies that help my children and myself. It was so frightening for so long, and then to just be in a place now where I can actually just feel like I'm living and helping other people is an amazing feeling. Yeah.
one day I'm going to make the money that I feel like I should be making. I'm going to take those raises when they're offered to me. I'm going to take those higher paying jobs because I know I can.
I'm proud of my mom because she does the best that she could.
I'm going to need a little help right now with the kids, giving them something to eat, having somewhere for them to stay, just a little help until I'm able to finish my school, get my degree, and be a successful musician. And I'm going to do it, and I'm going to be strong.
We are the voice of Colorado's girls and women. We've been their voice for 20 years. We'll be their voice for the next 20 years.
I say yo, I said yo. When I wake up in the morning, you're the first thing on my mind. Giving thanks for another breath of life. Yo, 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 yo. Y no me olvido de ti por todo que hiciste para mí. Y sigues allí al lado de mí. Nunca me vas a dejar.